Okay, I'm going to show you something Octavian showed me about how to repair some tears in airplanes. So what we do is we make sure that the tear goes upward toward the exterior of the fuselage, like so. See, it's like poking this way toward me. I don't want any pieces going inside the fuse. There you go. Now what I made is I used some I guess masking tape that doesn't really tape well for like paint that I go around my shape, and that's mainly so I could put some of this tape, which is the packing tape, I guess, which has a very glossy exterior. So now we use, what we want is we want the glossy to be touching the cracked area. So I'll be gluing the two tapes together. So now I have, this side is tacky, this side is glossy. Now I gotta make sure my pieces of tissue are toward me. I'm gonna apply some some Duco directly on the. This works well also if you have like mine, it's a battle damaged airplane. So now I'm gonna apply this directly on top of the glue. Maybe I put a bit too much glue here. And now what we'll have is just like a weird blemish. I would even call this really good weathering in my case. And then so when this dries, you'll only see like a blemish of schmuck, I would say. And right after that I'm going to put some weathering, like here, like some sort of maybe some silver. Just dab some silver on top of the crack, and then a bit of not mascara but like powder type for women thing on their face, and then it'll look like a small tear on the real plane. All this thanks to Octavian. Okay, let's see that thing. So this might be a bit early, but then again, sounds pretty good. So what we have is see, I've damaged it more with my, when I put too much glue I swept some blue off, but it's fairly flat, it's very strong, it's just a blob of Duco. Now a bit of weathering on it and it'll look great. Okay, I'm going to show you how to cover the blemish. That's what it looks like now. I think we can barely see the crack anymore. Again, I fucked it up more than with just me when I had too much glue. It melted the blue paint out, but of no concern, it's fine. Okay, something else. I use any Umbrol, or actually Tester is my usual brand. I use silver. That's to make those silver flakes coming off. So you use one of these bottles. Again, Tester, I like better Tester. And you just make sure it's been at least many months that the bottle hasn't been mixed. And you just throw away the oil on top. what you want to keep is like at 90% just the pigment at the bottom. Then you could use your brush. Tap a bit on there. You need a surface to see where you're going with it, just to see how much you have in your. See, I have way too much. See, I'm removing lots, and then whenever I have just a bit, just it looks like almost like shrapnels of. Okay. Now we've chucked the silver, the oil, whatever's on top of the can. Now we just use the pigment at the base. Now it's a bit dry. Just the point of your brush, and then you try and see how much you have in there. You try and get just a small amount. There you go. Now you just do whatever. I'm gonna try as if there was like a hit before the flap here. And when you want to do flaking paint, you don't want to smear it. You just want a couple of dabs here and there. Then it looks like chips of paint, and it's very opaque because you only have pigment there. So usually I would let this dry, but now in short term we'll just redraw our line of the aileron. I like to use a Sharpie. Now they have this new Sharpie which is like super fine, and whenever I do lines also I try to go out of my way to make the lines uneven, straight, but their thicknesses I try to do it uneven. Makes it what I would call alive. The I guess what I would call uneven would be oh, actually this is not too uneven. Oh, see, I guess there's like double lines here. This one's very sharp, and then sometimes you like don't even do it, and some crookedness in there. Personally, I think it gives it a bit more less computer looking. Okay, now we're going to use again, hopefully usually I would have let this dry a bit more, but now just to show you guys and gals. So just use any makeup from your wife. You can steal them, I'm sure they won't mind. To use brown, black, whatever. I guess brown could be fun here. And then, okay, I'm gonna do a schmuck here. I'm gonna stop at the aileron line. And then do something. There you go, something. I don't know what the heck it is. But see, before I had a big crack going from here all the way down to here, and now it's a very cool battle damage, in my own opinion.